BMW's M division put on a typically dramatic display in the Kyalami pit area, even though the M4 GTS was conspicuously absent from it initially. Fortunately, there was more drool-worthy material on hand in the shape of the M6 GT3. Replacing the Z4 GT3 that's been in service since 2010, the M6 went on sale in 2015, allowing it to compete in the various GT3 formats in 2016. Its long list of race-bred features include an F1-inspired steering wheel and an exceptionally strong FIA-approved safety cell. The engineers have fine-tuned every aspect of the M6 in order to turn it into a potent race car. Its aerodynamic properties were honed in the wind tunnel, while the dry sump lubricated twin-turbo V8 has been beefed up to produce 436 kilowatts. Now, while the M6 GT3 is intended to put motor racing within easier financial reach, it is by no means cheap. Far more attainable is the M4 GTS, which, although not built with competition in mind, certainly is not going to embarrass you at local track days. The exterior of the GTS leaves no doubt as to its dynamic abilities, from the carbon fiber front splitter to the rear wing at the back, which are both adjustable. Combined with the rear diffuser, they optimize airflow and reduce aerodynamic lift. Inside, Alcantara and Merino leather have been liberally applied to the racing steering wheel, dashboard and the seats. The latter of the bucket variety, also shaped from carbon fiber and weigh 50% less than the standard M4 items. There is an optional Club Sport package which includes a 6-point harness for the driver, roll cage and other goodies. Manufacturers like to claim that their racing technology gradually filters down into their road cars, and in the case of the M4 GTS, this is certainly true, especially in the engine department. In GTS trim, the M4's award-winning force-fed straight 6 develops 368 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque. This is achieved by employing an innovative water injection system that cools down inlet air. So under high loads and in the extreme heat of the engine compartment, the intercooler can only do so much. So to cool down the inlet charge even further, cold water is injected into the intake manifold to increase the air density and of course improve combustion. Improved combustion means improved performance, and the M4 is going to accelerate to 100 in just 3.8 seconds and to a top speed of 305 kilometers per hour. Miraculously, fuel consumption has been limited to just 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers. Like you ever going to achieve that? Further mechanical upgrades include massive cross-drilled ventilated disc brakes with acid orange calipers. The 3-way M coilover suspension can be adjusted to the individual taste of owners, or of course to suit the demands of different racetracks. Speaking of which, no performance car worth its salt can afford to not clock an impressive time around the Nordschleife, and the M4 GTS did exactly that, although you wouldn't tell that by the driver's excited commentary.
The first jump is on the straight, keep the car straight, then turn in to Schmiedenkreuz, more than 200 kph. Hard braking zone to Arenberg, third gear, long right-hander. Very well-known section at the Nordschleife. Car needs to be stable. Very important, a good damper, spring setup. And we go up to Hohe 8. Top speed is very important here. In the end we'll reach around 280 kph. Last left-hander. Last right-hander. That's it.
The reservoir for the water injection system is mounted in the boot, and with this suitably topped up, oh yes, it was time to head on to the track. Now they say M's the most powerful word, and BMW doesn't lie. I've got to agree with it because obviously being M for Marius, it can only be the truth. But listen, one thing BMW does know is how to bring the ultimate in performance onto a racetrack and obviously onto your road as well. There are only 700 of the M4 GTSs produced, 23 allocated to South Africa. They've all been sold, guys. The one I'm driving, don't worry, it doesn't belong to you. You haven't bought this one, it is BMW's, but still, I don't want to bin it. But listen, just heading out of the track straight away, you realize just how insane the front end confidence is in this car. The turn-in is incredible. The level of grip is insane. And a lot of that has to do with chopping off a lot of weight. There's a lot of use of carbon throughout. They've got a titanium exhaust, which makes it a lot lighter. They've got the bucket seats, the carbon, as I said. In theory, they've probably chopped off about 90 kgs. If you go for the lightweight alloy wheels, it's a bit more weight off as well. So it's incredible. And then think that you've bumped up performance to 368 kilowatts, 600 Newton meters. Couple that with the weight reduction, you have got an absolute brutal machine. But what I love, and this underlies where they really want to go with cars like this, they learn so much from the racetrack and they bring it through to the road cars. But you look at this, adjustable suspension, adjustable aero, adjustable front splitter, which is cool because to live with this car every day on our roads, you can make it more compliant and more everyday fun to get over those pesky little speed bumps. But bring it to the track and you can dial it in to be the ultimate road car on the racetrack. Of course, there's the Club Sports package, which gives you the harness, it gives you this roll cage. Not one of these cars that have been sold have not taken that option. It is flipping incredible because at the end of the day, you want to know that you can. And in a car like this, you most certainly can. It is insane. And obviously we know how well this MDCT box works, and they've just dialed everything up, suspension, everything has just been worked to really optimize the maximum out of this car. The soundtrack, oh man, that is what you fall in love with. And a lot of it's got to do with the fact that you don't have all that horrible insulation that spoils the fun. This car, they said it's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Not a bad way to wrap it up, is it?